3, 2, 1, 0.
What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Thanks so much for tuning in. A little something to take the edge off, huh? Get you through your work day, work evening, whatever it is you're up to, gym sesh. I don't know what you pretended to. I don't pretend to know what you do out there, man. Please subscribe on the YouTube, subscribe on all the audio platforms. We're available on all of them. Brand new setup, feeling like a real news anchor. Shout out to the incomparable Andrew Allen and 4B Studios for housing us. New, very cool desk. I want some papers I can stack and like shuffle through while I tell you all about who's on the list. It's everybody. I'm coming to you from a snow-covered New York City. Fake snow. That's what everyone's saying. The snow's fake. Birds aren't real. You heard it here first. Turns out every conspiracy that your uncle was screaming about at Thanksgiving was 100% true. Oh, lights getting bumped. Who cares? We got truth to spit. Yeah, if you're not chronically online, there is a huge subset of people on the absolute asshole of the internet that is Twitter, screaming about how the snow in New York is fake, because it hasn't melted yet. And this might come as a shock to you, gang, but it hasn't dropped below freezing or above freezing. It's been below freezing since it froze. That's how fucking temperature works, dude. But yeah, people are convinced that it's some sort of chemical snow. Obviously installed by Big Parking to absolutely buttfuck everybody out of a parking space. I myself shoveled a parking space in Chicago. If you shovel out your parking space, you're allowed to put a chair or, a coffee table or, a picture of your ex-wife that you've thrown darts at or whatever, and it claims your spot. Dibs. Everybody knows dibs. Similar, I think Philadelphia, people respect dibs. New York City, no dibs, dude. These fucking goddamn psychopaths out here, they don't respect work. You're just in their way. And I was shoveling out this snow, just daydreaming about a car coming in to try and steal the spot that I had freshly shoveled, and then me just putting the snow shovel through the glass of their windshield, dude, which I would never do. Big pussy. But in here, up top, upstairs, I am living my own Steven Seagal movie every single day of my life. I'm really doling out justice. In the movie of my life in my head, I'm on the train, I'm arm barring guys. I'm kicking dudes just in the knee so their leg folds backwards when they mess up a coffee order or whatever. But on the outside, I'm just going, thank you. Oh, no, please don't park here. I'm shoveling it. Yeah, fake snow. I don't know how this started, but I think that it's just Russian bots are just seeing what they can get away with now. They're just like, how dumb are these fucking idiots? What could possibly be I don't know. The government controls the weather. That's what they're saying. Yeah, it's brutal. It is. There's icebergs everywhere. You can't move. You can't walk. You can't park your damn car. It's fucking brutal. Yeah. Also, turns out everybody's on that list. They're all doing it. Yeah, it's all anyone's talking about for good reason. But nothing will come of it. And boy, that must be so. Like, those guys got to be like, fucking told you we could do it. And the problem is how the information is being distributed, because it's all over social media platforms. So it's like you're getting the most fucked up news about everyone who runs the world, and then you swipe and it's your favorite thing you've ever seen in your life. It's just like it's like oh my god, dog and cat unlikely friendship. Oh, skateboarding, I love that. Oh, they're banging all of them. It's And so it mind erases you. So you're like, oh no, fuck. But then you're like, oh dude, Shaun White was in Central Park, dude, jumping over Shane Gillis. Fucking that's tight. Dude, we're fucked. But if people still read newspapers and this was like 1993, dads across America would be spitting their coffee out, going, they're doing what? It's all of them. But you can't win. And I'm just sitting there swiping, being like, I'll be just like looking at skateboarding videos, being like, I'll be 14 years old forever. I'll never age. And neither will those victims. Okay. Not good. I have a note here that just says Ron Perlman is compromised. I don't know what that is or what I meant for that to be, but just know that Hellboy's on notice. Got a fucking eye on the head of Jim Crow. Sam Crow. Just I got my eyes on Sam Crow. I saw one of my favorite things I've seen recently. An unbelievable thread. I've been really into dad slop recently. The Rip on Netflix. Big fan, big proponent of that. Obviously, Tulsa King. Just the worst show ever made. Really, just anything that gets a Midwestern dad rock hard. That's dad slop. And I think one of the kings of dad slop is John Bernthal. Watched His and Hers on Netflix. Man, there is something about a mystery show that just rules right up until the last 10 minutes. It makes you want to jump in front of every train that's ever been built by man and just really find the largest bridge and do some no parachute base jumping, if you know what I'm saying. Some real Red Bull video outtakes. What everyone was tuning in hoping would happen to Alex Honnold. Not me. I support the man. That's got to be the only people who watched him climb that building were hoping he fell, right? That's got to be it. But John Bernthal, the Punisher himself, I saw a thread where it was a guy, I quote unquote, outing him as Jewish, and then watching Midwestern dads lose their minds in the comments. Unbelievable. You love to see it when these Nazi anti-Semites just really get their mind blown, dude. It's fucking awesome. They're going, no, Bear, I thought he was Italian. It's like, no, dude, no. He's part of the tribe, man. They're all so bummed. It's awesome. What, the Punisher don't celebrate Hanukkah? The Punisher only celebrates justice, which is also the best, that the Punisher is like the symbol for, fucking Blue Lives Matter idiots who don't realize that the Punisher's whole thing is killing cops. It's like, damn, dude, you guys really fucking you missed the reasoning behind that entire character. Yeah, pretty much the best thing I've seen in a while. What's crazy, and I know I talked about this with Brandon Sagler last week, but going from not being on Twitter at all to being on very sparingly to deleting TikTok and now just kind of finding myself scrolling on Twitter, people are really saying it. It's crazy. They are just letting it fly, and no one seems to mind. It's fucking wild, dude. It is alarming. My new rule for scrolling is I'll get on Twitter and I'll scroll until I see something racist, and I'm clocking about 30 to 45 seconds a session. It's fucking bad out there, dude. These motherfuckers are letting it loose. So yeah, I thought everyone was overreacting, and it turns out that no, people are fucking slanging it, dude. It's not great, but they got to sell their ads, and that's what keeps people on their platform. Shout out to the Bush. The boys over at Barstool came in second. CDL Challengers Cup this week, Pro Call of Duty. And then also the Gentlemates Paris won in the Pro League. Pretty sick. First time EU has won. An EU team has won a Call of Duty event, I believe. But I was watching that broadcast, and the Call of Duty League is sponsored by Monster Energy, to the shock of no one. And mid-match, in between maps or whatever, one of the players takes a full swig of Monster Energy, and it made me laugh so hard because growing up watching, alternative competitions like, X Games or Street League, whatever, just like skateboarding shit, everyone would always be drinking out of Monster Energy cans or whatever, whoever was sponsoring it, like the off-brand shit like not nitrous, nitro maybe. Just like the wackest Rockstar Energy, just the wackest. It just beverages for people whose headliner in their car is actively touching their head while they drive. You ever been in a homie's car where the top is just dipping? They whip out the staple gun, trying to get it back up. That kind of shit. A car you can really smoke a Black and Mild in is what I'm trying to get at here. We're ripping butts out of the ashtray. This one's still good. If I can smoke this thing down to the Camel. And the secret of it all was that they weren't actually drinking energy drinks, right? They were cans full of water with the Monster Energy branding. Now, if you see them, it says on the can Tour Water, because everyone got so pissed off at them that they were like, you're like chugging. Kids think that you can just chug 9 rock stars and then, back 360 over a bump to bar. It's not happening. You can't as an active energy drink enthusiast, you can't be slurping down that much stuff. It's gonna destroy your liver. Trust me, I know. I piss blood. I know, I'm kidding. But shit blood. But no, I'm kidding. But the guy's slurping on that Monster Energy while he's playing video games for a living. Boy, oh boy, does he look exactly like you'd think he would. And by the way, his gamer tag is Simp, which is awesome. In his defense, he did name himself Simp before the term Simp really took off online, and he just stuck with it, and that takes balls. But that guy does look like he grew up next to a power plant. Not a lot of chin on that fella. But yeah, it's something so funny about dudes just genuinely sucking down energy drinks while they're actively in competition. Like, can you imagine a fucking Olympic sprinter just getting to the side, sucking down a Monster Energy, and lining up on the blocks, the gun goes off, they take it one step and their quad explodes from the cramps from the fucking chlorine or whatever. Guarana. I watched a movie over the holidays. I've been meaning to talk about it. I keep forgetting about it. I watched not a holiday classic by any sense of the term. No one would ever call it that. But a little film that might be in your Christmas rotation. It might not. It's categorized as a PG, family-centered holiday movie. And what it actually is one of the most disturbing body horror films ever invented. I'm talking about a little film called Jack Frost, with the Birdman himself, Michael Keaton, baby. That's right, the Birdman. Not talking about Tony. Jack Frost is, dude. The fact that children have watched this movies for decades is fucking crazy. It is the most it screams like cokehead rewrites. There's no way that the movie that they made was what the original vision of this thing was. This movie is so fucking insane in its execution. It at no point does it attempt to have any sort of holiday cheer or moral. It's okay. Let me set the stage for you. If you haven't seen the film, the Birdman himself, Michael Keaton, is a wannabe rock star, right? Been out there grinding his whole life. And the movie opens and it's like him and his Jimmy Buffett and the Reefers style band playing a pretty fucking sick show. It's like fairly packed, And so they're like working class musician dudes. They're out there, they're living the dream. They're trying to make it work, right? And it's Christmas time. He's got to go hang with his family. A tape leaks from the set on the radio. That's how dated this fucking movie is. Like a Grateful Dead style tape gets on the radio, and some movie producer, you know the new sound you've been looking for? Here it is. It's Bald Dads. And they get an offer to play a giant industry showcase on Christmas. where it seems like their dreams are finally going to come true after years and years of sacrifice and grinding and missing their families and yada, yada, yada. And they're spending their life on the road, and just that same old story we've all heard a zillion times about the entertainment industry. And he's finally getting his big break. It's a last-minute gig for Christmas. He tells the family, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to make it. And his kid is a huge fucking bitch about it. His kid is like 10 and is like, no, you got to be here. It's like, shut up, Junior. That bike I got you, it's paid for with these hits. So I got to get out there. I got to fucking grind. I got to make something. We are 4 months behind our mortgage. Okay. Light bill, unpaid, dude. Your whole Christmas is on credit cards, buddy. I'm trying to go get the bag so you can grow up and look down at homeless people and spit on them and stuff like a real good rich kid should. And this ungrateful little sack of shit is like, no, Daddy, don't leave me on Christmas. So whatever. They pack into their car and their van, and they take off to the gig. It's him and his boys following behind. And halfway there, he's like, you know what? This pursuit of mine that I've been tirelessly clawing and scraping to achieve, I'm finally there, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go back home. Let's have Christmas with the fam. So they pack it in. He turns the car around. The whole band is like, day off, sick. Oh! And, lo and behold, on the drive home, he crashes his car and dies, which proves to you that you can never, ever, ever put your family first if you want to work in the entertainment industry. That's why I'm cutting my balls off. So I never have kids, dude. So he fucking dies, right? And then it's like 1 year later, and his kid's getting fucking bullied at school or whatever. Probably, I can't really remember. But it's a year later. His son misses him dearly. His dad had gifted him a harmonica because, as we know, the Birdman rips the harm. He's straight up blues traveling, dude. This guy's fucking letting it blow. His son blows into the harp, or the harmonica, and Christmas magic brings his father back as the snowman he made in the front yard. Can you believe it, folks? We got some magical mystery here. Great. And the moment that happens, it shifts from a Hallmark movie level, fairly down the middle Christmas movie into a full-blown body horror movie, dude. Michael Keaton's first reaction to becoming a snowman is he's like, oh, what the fuck's going on? I was dead and now I'm in my front yard with the what? And then he looks down, sees that he's a snowman, and immediately checks and freaks out that his dick's gone. It's the first thing dude. He's like, oh, I have sticks for arm. My nose is a carrot. He's like, no dick. Fuck this, dude. I wanted to see my family again, but what cost, I can't believe it's in the movie. It's the first thing. And it's like, buddy, just use the carrot. But then he's like just coming to terms with his like, oh God, I'm a fucking snowman now. I'm a giant fat piece of shit. I look like a marshmallow. And the whole thing is that it's like he's with his son. They, get into some hijinks. They do some antics, exactly what you expect. And you would think that at some point there would be like a guy trying to ruin Christmas for the town, like maybe take over the Christmas festival and fucking, cancel the toy drive for the children's hospital. Nope, nothing. The whole movie is just, I'm a snowman now. What do I do? It's fucking insane. There's no rules. There's no like, oh, this harmonica was blessed by some fucking warlock and there nothing. It's just I blew into the harmonica and now my dad's a snowman and that's the only issue. There's no conflict. The conflict is that and that's why it's body horror, because the whole thing is just fuck, it sucks me in a snowman. He has to like cross a hot parking lot so he can go watch his son play hockey. And he's like, oh no, I'm melting because of the hot parking lot. And waltzes in to a fucking YMCA hockey rink full of rich dads and moms, because you got to be rich to play hockey. Everybody knows that. And no one says shit. No one's like, holy fuck, that snowman is moving on its own. It's insane. It's worse than when vampires go out in the sunshine. It's just so... You gotta have rules. If society's not gonna have rules, our movies have to have rules. And that's the new rule. Dude, it stinks. It's like not even fun bad. It's just sort of really bad and shitty. But at the end of the movie, and spoiler alert, I mean, this thing came out in 1998. What are we doing? It was like this came out and then Stuffed Crust Pizza swept the nation. So if you're late to this, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Skip ahead, I guess. But the end of the movie, they're like hugging and kissing, or they're like hugging and they're together as a family once more after they go on hijinks. There's a snowboarding sequence that'll make you want to gouge out your eyes with a goddamn grapefruit spoon. I mean, they're on a wooden sled. It splits in half, and now they're snowboarding. They have no bindings. There's no grip tape. There's no way to keep their feet affixed to this thing while they're doing these massive airs. I mean, I guess they kind of exist because there are snow surfs, which are like, they're snowboards with sort of foam grip that are similar to like a wakeboard or like a wake skate. But you can't air on them without grabbing, dude. It's going to leave your feet. Oh, so insulting. But anyway, the end of the movie, they're like, okay, ready to have a Christmas as a family once more. And then Keaton's just like, nah, I'm kind of over being a snowman, and then just leaves. The kid doesn't blow the harmonica. It's like at any point he could have just left. He just decides. How is that a movie? What is happening, dude? And movies are and entertainment is so bad now that people are going to look back on this thing and they're going to think it's a Christmas classic. It's going to wind its way into top 10 lists across the country of best Christmas films. And it's fucking terrible. It's like now all these kids are saying that the Star Wars prequels are good. They are not good. They stink on ice. But everything else sucks so hard that now the shit that sucked before, because it was next to, Scarface and Hackers and true cinema masterpieces, they're now being compared to fucking Minions 12. And so these kids, they have no context for what makes a good movie. And they're like, Hayden Christensen was kind of tight. And you're like, no, he sucked ass. That's when society died. But yeah, dude, it's the most... It's so awesome in its complete disregard for the rules of storytelling that it's just like, has he changed? Not really. He just is kind of over it. He's like, peace out, dude. Oh fucking god, deuces. Yeah, Jack Frost sucks ass, dude. I can't remember. I keep having to look at my notes. My hard drive is damaged. I got corrupt files up here, dude. Too many head injuries. Too much reefer and booze back in the day. This thing does not function. Shout out to Turnstile for winning the Grammys, by the way. That rules. There's a lot of dorks who are being like, yeah, that wasn't metal. They shouldn't have won. Fuck that. Those guys rip. They've been ripping. Fuck yeah. Shout out Turnstile. If you don't listen to Turnstile, you should. They're fucking awesome. If you have a conservative dad out there and you really want to fuck with them, do yourself a favor and toss on a little flick starring he needs no introduction, but starring Mr. Tommy Lee Jones himself, one of the kings of dad slop. I mean, tell me your dad doesn't get rock hard the second that he looks down that damn tunnel and that guy, that dude says, I didn't kill my wife. And then he says, I don't care. Come on. That shit is top tier. Men in Black, dude. Tommy Lee Jones, more like Tommy Lee Bones. That guy fucks. Hell yeah, dude. If you want to watch your dad lose their fucking mind, throw on Volcano, dude. Okay, Volcano, unbelievable. Really mid-level, high budget disaster movie from the 90s. It was a twin movie. So that year Volcano dropped, and then another movie with the almost identical plot, which is what a twin movie is, dropped, called Dante's Peak, starring 007 himself, Pierce Brosnan, as well as Linda Hamilton of Terminator fame. But Volcano is so tight. It is okay. Tommy Lee Jones is, his whole character is just that he is Tommy Lee Jones, so everyone has to listen to him. He works for the disaster service or whatever for Los Angeles, and his whole thing is that he just pulls up, and because he's in a windbreaker with an acronym on the back, everyone has to do what he says. It's fucking awesome. He's like yelling at cops and firefighters and just everyone, just whatever bends the knee to him. Never would happen in real life. He's the man. He's just the man, and it is what it is, and he commands that you listen to him because it's Tommy Lee motherfucking Jones. And yeah, dude, we should build a barrier to try and stop this lava, dude. We you know what, Tommy Lee Jones? We are going to shoot the tires out on this bus and flip it. It's fucking awesome. But what besides the like terrible effects that are making it a real fun watch, the fact that the threat is the slowest moving threat known to man, it's like it is an unstoppable force of lava, boiling up from the La Brea tar pits and melting Los Angeles. But it's lava. It moves so slow. It would be like if the villain of the movie was heart disease. It's like in a few years, this thing's really gonna fuck shit up. The man who killed him was himself from not flossing or whatever, gum disease, gingivitis. Yeah. So that part is like hilarious, as they have so much time to plan. Like the lava's moving pretty fast for lava, but it's like them trying to make it dramatic as this like incredibly slow moving thing comes. It's great. But what makes Volcano so good is that it is, for 99% of the film, just top tier dad slop. It's Tommy Lee Jones yelling at racist cops and yelling at seemingly nice firefighters. Everyone bowing to his will, listening to him. He's mobilizing. He's getting everyone involved. He's saving lives. He's ignoring his family to save lives. Something Michael Keaton could have learned from. And it's awesome. There's a moment where they're like the lava's flowing towards the hospital where Tommy Lee Jones' daughter is, of course, and they've got to build a trench to try and divert the lava towards the ocean. But dude, the topography is all wrong. They're on a slope. This thing's gonna, even if they build the trench, it's not gonna matter. It's still gonna melt all these motherfuckers in this hospital. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna knock a building down, and then build a dam and revert the fucking lava. Right? Sweet plan. So they've got like 8 minutes to execute this plan or whatever, because it's a movie and you got to make it dramatic, and if a clock makes everything more dramatic, right? So Tommy Lee Jones is like, you guys get the fucking charges, you get in there, you blast this thing, you tip it over, we're gonna fucking do this shit. And then it cuts to the female lead of the movie, who's now running around the triage outside of the hospital looking for Tommy Lee Jones's daughter, right? And you're like, where are you gonna find him? Cuts back to Tommy Lee Jones, who's just jackhammering the street in a vest. It's awesome, dude. It's just fucking, it rules. But the movie ends with what made me laugh so hard is that all these fucking hillbillies and rednecks and stuff, they're constantly screaming about how Hollywood's too woke and woke ruined movies and blah 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 blah. Volcano sticks the most woke landing of maybe any movie from the 90s. It comes out of nowhere and it's fucking hilarious, dude. So there's like a beef with like a dude and a racist cop, and they have beef and they kind of settle it or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool, there's your moment, because it's the 90s, so everyone's thinking about the LA riots and all that stuff, and there is like looting in the movie, obviously, because it's a movie from the 90s about Los Angeles, and you're not making a movie unless we show some looting. So the end of the movie is a kid in the rubble of this building that they've fucking demolished to divert the flow of lava to send it into the Pacific Ocean and save the day. And he's being held by this firefighter or a cop, I can't remember, probably a firefighter. And the firefighter's like, hey kid, where are your parents? And he's like, I don't know. And the guy's like, well, what do they look like? And the kid looks around, and everyone's faces is covered in ash from the volcano, right? And the dust from the leveled, demolished building. And he looks around and he goes, everybody looks the same. And the cop looks around and is like, oh my God, we do all look the same. And then it's like this same realization washes over the crowd as they all like look around and see that, hey, we're not so different, you and I. You know, the color of our faces aren't what makes up the moral fiber of our being. And then the rain starts to fall, which has never happened in Los Angeles. You know, it's kind of a thing there that it doesn't rain. And it washes away the everybody's in blackface is what I'm trying to get at. Whole fucking crowd's in blackface, and the water rinses it off. And then as it's washing it away, everyone is like, oh my goodness, look at us. We're all the same. We shouldn't be quite so racist. And it's fucking insane. It's awesome. It will make your dad put a gun in his mouth. It's good shit. Because it comes out of nowhere. It's such a total shift. And by the way, that is not what would happen. Everyone would be covered in ash, just scream, just like, my family is dead. Oh God. Oh fucking Christ. Oh God. It's awesome. You should fire it up. Check it out. It's good shit. But yo, that's the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Please subscribe on the audio platform. Subscribe to the YouTube. Drop a comment. All that good stuff. Hope I provided you with some nice background or foreground, or however it is you consume this here product. I just found out that I literally require a secondary bit of entertainment while I work. I've been losing my mind when I have to edit stuff, and I finally connected my computer to my second monitor, which I don't know why the fuck I didn't. I was told to long ago, and I finally listened, and my God, it's unbelievable. I get a stream going up top. I get my work down below. It just, the noise, the extra noise really drowns out the voice in my head that tells me that nothing I do is worthwhile, and that I will only ever feel the feeling of failure the rest of my life. So it's really made it a better thing. So if you're having trouble focusing, I recommend getting a second monitor, maybe put on some Spotify. It might help you keep the gun in the safe. All right, team, I gotta bounce. I'm recording this on Tuesday. It is 4:09, so we'll see how quickly I can get this thing out. Thanks as always, and thanks again to 4B. Love the new setup. Feeling very pro, very profesh. And stay safe out there. Enjoy your week, and I'll catch you in a week. Later.